Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Low Budget Review Show. I'm your host, Eric Smith, and today I'm talking about The Backrooms by Matt Wildasin. And this is from Dandelion Publishing. A little fluffy dandelion. So I think for this book I'm just going to read the back cover copy. That's not the only thing I'm going to do in this video. That'd be crazy. Just read the back cover copy. Nice knowing you, folks. But instead of trying to give you my own nutshell, and that way, if you feel that things have been spoiled, blame the author. So, this is what the back cover says. Don't follow the white cat. Are you the real you? After the turn of the century, life as we knew it carried on without the threat of a computerized apocalypse. Except, that's what we were meant to believe. A few people woke up and began experiencing odd glitches in everyday life. Then they started seeing a white cat. And before they knew it, they found themselves lost in an anomaly known as the Backrooms. Now you find yourself trapped in the yellow corridors with only the letters of a few survivors to guide you. Can you escape? All right, so, Backrooms. There's your nutshell. This is science fiction horror. The author says there is an author's foreword, or is it an introduction? Where Matt Wildasin does say that it is horror science fiction, or science fiction horror. I think that it depends on whether you consider existential dread to be horror. I do. And apparently this started out as a short story in... it says its life started off a year or so ago as a short story in Horrors Untold Volume 4, a book I haven't read it yet. And then he expanded it into this. Excuse me. So, it is epistolary. Is that how you say it? Epistolary? The whole thing is told in a series of letters. The chapters, just straight up. Letter 1. Letter 2, letter 3, etc. All the way up to letter 25, and then a little addendum at the end. And so we're following these letter writers as they're in the back rooms searching. Let's see, what can I say? Searching for a way out. I guess I can say that much. And so we don't... There isn't a huge amount of character development because these aren't journal entries or anything. There's a little bit. We do get to know the characters a little through what they write. But it is mainly about their experiences and hoping to... not only help themselves, but help others who might find these letters. They're writing them down, and they're leaving them for others to find. Little breadcrumb trail. There is a lot of computer code going on in here, and I'm not at all adept at computer code. I can say the words computer code. I don't know what it means. No, I'm not that ignorant about it, but... so there is a lot of computer coding, or quite a bit, but Matt Wildasin is able to basically either explain it to us in simple terms, or from context we can gather what it's for, what it means. There's some binary code in here, and I had a little fun with it, because there is a character named Oleander, and there is a point... Yes. There's a point where there's a line, basically 2 lines of binary code. Oleander says, "This is my name." And for those who don't know, binary code is just zeros and ones. And so I I went on my computer and I got a binary, pulled up a binary to English translator. And the fun, I didn't doubt that Matt Wildasin was giving us the correct binary for these words that he's giving us the binary for. But the fun for me was I'm simply typing in, I'm on the binary side, typing in zeros and ones. I'm following along in the book 0100, 1111. I did it 4 digits at a time, keeping my finger along so I didn't get lost. Because again, with just zeros and ones, if you make a mistake, at least for me, I'd have to start over. But as I'm typing these in 4 digits at a time, on the English translated side, letters are popping up. I don't remember when, because I wasn't watching. I couldn't type and watch at the same time. I'm not that adept. But so I'd type my 4 digits and I'd look and see if there was a letter. Type 4 more, see if there was a letter. It might have come up after 5 digits, but I was only looking in sections of. But anyway, yeah, I found it fun to me to type this in and see the letters pop up and spell out what Mr. Wildasin is telling me it spells out. Anyway, that's me. I'm a geek. And I'm easily amused. Hopefully this description isn't too spoilery, but I see this as a mix between The Matrix and Cube. I assume most people are familiar with The Matrix. Maybe not as many people familiar with the movie Cube. Great movie, I think. But those are the two things that came to mind while I was reading this. This is one of those that's difficult to talk about because I don't want to give anything away. Which, again, is why I read the back cover copy. I gave it 3 out of 5 on Goodreads. I did enjoy it. I like the existential dread. I like the questions that it asks. I like the way that the story is told with the series of letters, sort of breadcrumbs being left behind, and the twists and turns. There are some twists and turns in the story. And the use of code. I think... I don't know if I would have liked the story more if it were longer. I don't know. I think the world is built, well enough. I think the characters, for the style of story it is, are developed well enough. I guess I just want more, is what I'm saying. Which is why I think maybe I would have preferred a longer story. I don't know. But Matt Wildasin did say in his introduction that this was difficult to write for him. So I'm not going to hold the length of the story against him. More sci-fi than horror. Again, unless you're really going to feel that existential dread. But it is there. I suppose maybe it could just depend on your state of mind when you're reading it. But I enjoyed it. The Backrooms by Matt Wildasin. 3 out of 5 on Goodreads. I'd say check it out. It's not that long. Question for this book. All right. Well, do you consider existential dread to be a part of horror? I have no. It's a little too big, too large a concept for me. Is existential dread part of cosmic horror? These deep questions about not just why we're here, but what is reality, and are we just nothing in the grand scheme of things, etc., etc. I think in the right hands, this can be an interesting topic, interesting fodder for a story, and can be terrifying if you can, get in the mind of the characters that you're reading about. If it's done well enough and you can feel their dread, then you're feeling the dread. It's right there in what I said. And that is way too many words that sound the same in a row. But so as with most things, in my opinion, I guess, am I copping out every time I say this? But it depends on the creator and how well they handle it and can get these feelings, these ideas across. But what do you think? Follow-up question: is this a dumb question? Let me know your thoughts on existential dread, and if it's horrifying, if it annoys you. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. If you have any comments, questions, or corrections, please put those in the comments below. Comments are open for spoilers. Just post a spoiler warning. We try to be polite here at the Low Budget Review Show. If you care, please like, share, and subscribe. All the usual YouTube stuff. If you'd care to follow me on other social media, my Twitter is @Ronan5757. My Instagram, where I post pictures of books, comic books, board games, and fuzzy animals, is Eric Smith 5757. That's Eric with a K, ERIKSMITH 5757. That's all I have for you. This has been the Low Budget Review Show. I have been Eric Smith, and until next time, read more books.